As a public defender, Judge Karen fought for her client's rights. She was elected to the bench because she believes in doing the right thing.
I'm very passionate about helping people, period. But at what point are you going to resolve the resentment? At some point, you need to be the one going through something.
Objective, independent justice.
You can always turn your life around. If you keep walking, you can overcome whatever circumstances you're facing.
This is Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Ilana Schneider is suing party planner Jody Braunstein in the amount of $4,500. Ms. Schneider claims Ms. Braunstein stole her son's bar mitzvah theme for her own daughter's party, ruining his special day. Ms. Braunstein is countersuing for $1,500.
Ms. Schneider, you're suing Ms. Braunstein for breach of a contract and $4,500. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you, Ms. Braunstein, you're in the business of party planning?
Yes, I plan bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs and other events.
How long have you been doing that?
10 years.
10 years, okay. And how did you meet the defendant, ma'am?
Well, we met because I had seen her work. I thought she did great work, and I needed to plan an engagement party for my current husband. So I hired her for that, and she did a wonderful job.
Okay. And what other events had you seen that she had done?
Other bar and bat mitzvahs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you contacted her about your child's bar mitzvah?
Yeah, my son Jonah.
Okay. And so tell me about that. What happened?
Well, number one, I would like to talk about how important a bar and bat mitzvah are. The theme of the party is special to the child. It's picked according to their interests.
Right. It's what the child wants. So what theme was important to your child?
Well, my son loves, and I mean loves, comic books.
Comic books.
Which I would like to point out that her son was not the first or will not be the last that had that theme.
Right. Had you done a comic book theme before?
I had.
How many times?
At least three.
At least three times you did a comic book theme.
It's popular.
Were those comic book theme parties more recently or just spread out over the years?
Throughout time. Spread out.
Okay. All right.
And each comic is different. You can't just own a comic theme for your party. I suggest, what we did is we made a generic party with all the bang, pow, symbols, things like that.
That's in every comic book?
Every comic book.
Wham, bam, pow.
You can't own that. You can't claim that that's yours.
Okay, don't talk to her, talk to me. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And then what? Is there a contract?
There wasn't a full contract. It was more of a verbal understanding.
There wasn't a full contract. So
No,
is there a half a contract somewhere?
There was a...
Is there a partial contract?
There's an understanding about money.
Oh, there's always an understanding about money. Let me see the understanding about money. So all we have in writing is the money?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Because we've known each other for years and we've worked together before.
But she's been doing this for 10 years.
Yes.
And I can't believe that there's not a contract that spells out what you're going to provide.
Well, I have contracts with many of my clients, but we've been in the same circle. We're not best friends.
Right. You're not friends.
We're acquaintances.
Acquaintances.
We run with the same circle.
All the more reason you should have submitted, provided a contract. Did you bring one of your standard contracts?
I did not, no.
Okay, so this is just saying original decor, theme, guests,
and
in the banquet hall.
money owed. I'm owed money on there.
Comic book. Okay, so what's this $1,500?
That's what she refuses to pay me. I have...
So she gave you some money, and she owed you $1,500?
Yes, and she won't pay me.
So what happened after you gave her the money?
Well, this is what happened, Your Honor, is her daughter's bat mitzvah was 1 week before my son's bar mitzvah.
Okay.
So we show up at the party. Now, for the last 6 months, we had been talking about our kids' mitzvahs, right? And hers was always going to be a ballet theme. What I anticipated was that the theme and all the decorations and all the specialty events, the DJ, the music, the activities, all of that she was planning for my party.
So what happens when you get to her daughter's party?
I get to her daughter's party and it's my son's theme. It's comic book. It's not ballet. And I'm shocked. And my son is...
He didn't own that theme. I mean, what was so special about the theme?
Exactly.
Excuse me.
Well, what's so special is that it's, again, we communicate among the families as to who's doing what, so that we don't step on toes, so that everybody gets to be special on their day.
When's the last time you went to a comic book themed bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah?
It's been years, probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay, so what about you?
Well, I planned them, so I've been to, probably the last one was 2 years ago.
Okay, so it's not an everyday thing. How many of these parties are you doing a year?
Parties?
These bar mitzvah parties.
Bar mitzvahs. I probably do at least 50 a year.
Okay, so you hadn't seen the comic books in about 2 years.
No. And I don't feel you can own that theme. You don't.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what you feel. Okay. It matters what I think.
Yes.
And I think that they weren't doing comic book themes that much. You did 50 in a year, and it was 2 years ago that you last did a comic book theme.
Yes.
And when your daughter changed her mind about the ballet?
My daughter got hurt dancing.
Okay, right.
And it was making her really depressed to keep that theme. I had designed all her decorations, everything. She rejected a bunch of them that were going to be thrown out.
Okay.
The ones that I didn't use have her son Jonah's name on it.
Right.
The
so
ones
you
that
took the stuff that you made for her and used it for your daughter's bat mitzvah?
Yes.
Coming up on Supreme Justice.
Your Honor, her son came in and he was actually having fun at my daughter Sarah's party. Came into the party and he was actually having fun. I think she's made it more about her than her child.
And later.
So what happened? Why did you stop at month 4 from paying the rent?
I was fed up with the way my sister was treating me.
What was she doing to you during those 4 months?
She belittles me. She disrespects me.
Closed captioning provided by. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Supreme Justice is back with the case of Ilana Schneider, who is suing Jody Braunstein for breach of contract.
So when you get to the party, these kids are dressed as Avengers and all these other action figures?
Some are in costume, not all of them are in costume. The point is that everywhere I look, Your Honor, everywhere I look
What is this you're showing me?
This is her party. This is her daughter's party.
Here. You seen this picture?
Yeah, these are pictures.
Are you in agreement that these are pictures from your daughter's party?
One of them is.
Okay.
No, they both are.
They both are? Okay, they're both from.
Did you see them?
I've only seen the one.
Okay, show her both pictures. Make sure.
They're both from her party, and these were.
Ma'am, wait. I want to see the pictures.
All right.
Yes, I put those together. Yes, those are mine.
Okay, cute party. So this is your daughter's party.
That's my daughter's party.
So then what happened? Why are we here now?
We're here now because my son was so distraught the day we got at her daughter's party, and we saw that she had stolen his theme. He didn't want to have it anymore. 4 years of preparation for his bar mitzvah, and he's like, Mom, I don't want to do it. I'm too embarrassed.
But it wasn't 4 years of this party preparation.
No, it was 6 months of this party preparation, but he didn't want to do it.
So he says, Mom, I didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
And then what happened?
So I wanted to talk to her about it that day, and she says, I'm not going to talk to you. It's my daughter's party, so another time, another place. The next day, I canceled my contract with her. I said, I fire you. You're not my party planner anymore. I don't want any of it. I have to redo it all, and I hired another one. What took 6 months before I had 6 days to recreate and come up with a whole new theme.
So what was the theme for your son?
We went with space.
Space?
Like, you know.
How did that turn out?
It was fine. It was pretty mediocre. It was okay.
You know, Your Honor, her son came in and he was actually having fun at my daughter Sarah's party.
Her son what?
Came into the party, and he was actually having fun. I think she's made it more about her than her child. And
well, this is my question to you. This is what you do for a living.
Yes.
Number one, I don't understand why you didn't have a written contract with somebody that's just barely an acquaintance.
Well,
okay? That's number one.
Yep.
Number two, you've done 50 bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, this year, but it's been 2 years since you did the comic book one.
Yes.
Number three, all of y'all children go to the same school.
That's right.
Is
same
that right?
Synagogue, same
the
school.
same synagogue, same school. So you knew that these kids all are going to each other's parties.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I would just think out of common decency and courtesy, you would say, you know, my daughter, you know, this happened to her, and I would like to do this, and at least have talked to this woman about that.
You would think.
I didn't.
You pull the wool from under her feet.
Thank you.
Not intentionally.
No, I don't care whether your intention, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So it doesn't matter to me what your intentions are. I think you had an obligation to, first of all, you should have had a contract. And secondly, I think you had an obligation to say, because this was not your standard party. You really, and actually, you had some leftover stuff that she didn't want. Did you say, oh, hey, baby, guess what? We can have a comic party because out of a business relationship, you acquired some comic book stuff.
Yes.
So, you know, I think it was a little underhanded. We're not going to argue about it because if we argue, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win?
No one's going to win.
Who's going to win? No, I'm going to always win.
You'll win.
Okay,
You'll win.
I'm going to win all the time.
You're the winner. Yep.
So let's talk about what's been, I say that all the time, too. I'm a real winner. Let's talk about what's been paid already. You gave her how much money?
So I paid her $1,500 up front.
Okay.
And I was going to pay the other $1,500. It was a $3,000 contract.
Right.
And I pulled it. I fired her. So
the only money you gave her was $1,500?
That's it.
Okay, so why are you suing for $4,500?
Because I want that $1,500 back. I wasn't able to.
No, you're suing for $4,500.
I know. I had to pay. I had 6 days to create another one, and I had to pay.
You were going to pay for a party one way or another. So how much did you pay for the second party?
$3,000.
Okay, so there you go. There's you $1,500 is what you're out of then. You agree?
Yes.
You were going to pay for
Your
a
Honor,
party.
that is correct. I agree.
It's not okay. And I hope you learn your lesson. What have you learned from this? Tell me what you've learned.
That I should have an ironclad contract.
Okay, I'm ready to roll. You have a counterclaim, though, right?
Yes.
Well, you're asking $1,500?
Money I'm owed.
For what?
Because I put her whole party together.
You didn't do anything. You put your daughter's party together. I'm ready to roll.
No, all the stuff.
I'm ready to roll. What did I tell you about when we fight? Who's going to win?
You are.
I'm ready to rule. I'm going to rule in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. Good luck to you both.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,500.
My son is the one who really won here.
Obviously, I'm not happy with the judgment. I think she made it all about her and not her son, but I will abide by what the judge ruled.
Coming up.
And you say that you were always footing the bill for her. She never wanted to pay anything. And is that true?
Yes.
And that you were always covering for her?
Yes.
Okay, so what made you think she was responsible enough to take over a lease?
Closed captioning provided by